Hi, 91, your choice for hip-hop and R&B. So hello there. Happy Friday. It is Khilo, as you already know. And if you haven't guessed already, it is a new episode of Hampton Roads Voices. Yay! And today's episode is entitled Eating Clean. Oh, yes. Okay. Listen, it's a little bit too late to try to get your summer body right, but if you are, trying to start late or trying to get started on your next summer body, then I got you covered, all right? I have 3 special guest experts who are going to be sitting down and talking with me all show long about how to eat clean. Not only to get that summer body, okay, but to eat clean for the rest of our lives. Don't you want to live long? Don't you want to feel good? Yeah, I know you do, girl. So I got you covered, okay? I have Lisa Gibson here. She is a certified wellness coach and also the owner of Anew Holistic Health and Wellness. And also I have Kurshell McCorkle, a.k.a. Chef K. That's how I'm going to reference her during the show. Chef K. She's the chef of, quote, clean cuisine. I like that. And she's also the founder of Lifdid Kitchen. And I also have Lynise Perry here. She is a nutritional counselor. Okay, I have legit experts on this show. All of them are ladies, okay? Who run the world? Girls. Hi, ladies.
Hey.
Hi.
Yes, I can hear everybody. Look at that. Praise God. Alrighty, so I'm going to go around the room and I'm going to ask everyone to kind of expound on what you do, and all that good stuff. So we'll start with you, Miss Lynise Perry. Who are you? What you do?
My name is Lynise Perry. I am a nutritional counselor. I focus primarily on clinical nutrition therapy. If you're trying to detox, you need to lose weight, you want to eat properly for chronic conditions such as diabetes, high blood pressure. Maybe you were diagnosed recently with allergies or food sensitivities. You have loved ones with autism, ADHD. All of those particular conditions and disorders can be helped through nutrition. So that's what I do. I do it virtually or in person in the comfort of your own home.
Cool beans. Alrighty, next, Chef K.
Hey. Yeah, so I'm a chef. I cook. But I do a lot of meal prep services, educational service within how to eat clean, and as well as doing a lot of lunch rush at the dance studio that I teach mixed fit at. And also I do personal chef services and catering.
All right now, chef of the clean cuisine. Say that 3 times fast. And last but certainly not least, Miss Lisa Gibson. Hello there.
Hi. Well, I am a holistic health and wellness coach. I am the owner of Anew Holistic Health and Wellness in Chesapeake. And I coach my clients to eat well, to be physically active, and to manage stress. So I have clients come in, I set up circuits for them. We do strength training. We also do HIITs. I do group exercise classes like Zumba. And we just do a full gamut of things, just keeping people in balance by allowing them to recognize the importance of all 3 elements of being physically active, eating well, and managing your stress.
I know that's right. Yes, ladies. Awesome. I love to hear that. So, eating clean. Now, this is where you come in, Hampton Roads Voices. Hampton Roads, if you have a question, a comment, a concern, anything in between that, these ladies are here to help you. Give us a call, 823-9110, 823-9110, anytime during the show, to get in where you fit in. And also, if you don't really feel like talking on the phone, but you want to tweet us or you want to Facebook post us, do that. Just use the hashtag HRV so that we can see you, or tag us at Hot91 online or WNSB Hot 91 on the Facebook page. But just use the hashtag HRV. Okay, so let's hop right into it, ladies. What exactly is eating clean? I want to hear from all of you guys. And we'll start with you, Lynise. What is eating clean? What is that?
I think eating clean can mean different things to different people, depending on where they are in their wellness journey. But just to make it simple and basic, I would say whole foods jumps out for me. Whole foods as opposed to processed foods, organic as opposed to conventional, grass-fed beef as opposed to conventionally raised beef. All of those particular aspects that For instance, conventional foods and vegetables, they are usually sprayed with pesticides. Processed foods are usually, you have additives and synthetic ingredients that tax our body, that stress our body out, just like Lisa was talking about, being able to manage stress. Well, depending on how you eat can determine whether you're stressing your body out or whether you're allowing it to relax and rejuvenate. So I would say clean eating is definitely first and foremost whole foods over processed foods. The closer the foods are to their original source, the better it is for you and the better you'll feel.
Yeah. Alrighty, Lisa, let's hop to you and then we'll go to Chef K.
Well, eating clean to me is eating foods that are close to their natural state as possible. It's eating less processed food, as Lynise has spoken. It's, to me, eating the apple per se, eating the orange, eating the olives, instead of more processed states of food. As a wellness coach, eating clean to me is also a way of living. It allows you to improve, sustain, or even maintain your health and well-being. So it's one of the components of living a healthy lifestyle from my perspective as a coach. And so that allows you to enjoy a good and a quality way of life. So eating clean allows you to be your best you every day for the rest of your life.
Chef K.
So these ladies explained it very well. But when I get that question from a lot of people looking into my services, I just tell them eat real food. It is in its natural state, but if your ingredients has ingredients, then it's been manipulated in some way. And there's all forms of processed foods, but the more natural it is, the more that it's organic, fresh, in its natural state, the healthier it's going to be for you. So just eat real food that hasn't been manipulated. That's clean eating for me.
Food that has not been manipulated, all right? And Hampton Rose is ready to talk about this clean eating because we have 2 phone calls already. Let's see who is on the air. Hi, 91. You're live on the air. Who am I speaking with?
Shala.
You said who now?
Shala.
Shala. All right. Hello there. What's your comment, question, or concern?
Yes, I wanted to see if I can get maybe some hindsight on clean eating for severe anemia. It's very severe to where I have to get blood transfusions.
Oh, wow.
So I'm trying to alleviate that, and I do understand that I have to have or should have a diet that's high in not so much protein, but
iron.
Yeah, high in iron, and my stomach doesn't make B12.
Okay.
So
do you? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I have to get the B12 shots, but I was looking to more different foods than what I am consuming.
Okay. Do you eat foods that are high in iron?
Yes, I do try.
Okay.
To, yes.
And how is your food combinations? Do you combine? I know foods high in vitamin C help you to absorb your iron better. But when you're experiencing extreme anemia, and you said that you're not making B12, and you do have to take vitamin B12 shots, correct?
Correct.
That's something that we would have to look into a lot more extensively. And, and a lot of times in those situations, too, I may refer out to get additional testing so that we can kind of see where the B12 deficiency is coming from, if that makes sense.
It does. It's a mystery to my doctor, so that makes sense. Yeah.
Okay. But just for the sake, I want to say, for HIPAA and, for you not to have to put some of your medical information over the airway, if you want to inbox me at info@Lynise Perry Nutrition, I can spell my name for you. It's LYNISEPERRY nutrition.com. So it's info@Lynise Perry Nutrition. Just inbox me and I can send you an intake form and we can set up some time to chat, if that's okay.
That sounds good.
Okay.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Did you get her information, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome.
All right. You take care of yourself, Shala. Thanks so much for calling.
Thank you.
All righty. Have a good one.
You too.
Alrighty, and we do have one other call. Hi, 91, you're live on the air. Who am I speaking with?
This is Belinda.
Hi, Belinda. Say hello to our guests.
Hi, guests.
Hi, Belinda.
Alrighty, what's your comment, question, or concern?
Yes, I was recently diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis, and I've heard a lot of different things that's like good for inflammation. But I want to know from your guest there, what do they think is the best like natural thing for inflammation?
First and foremost, it's an anti-inflammatory diet. So these are foods that help promote healing. You want to avoid foods that are inflammatory. A list of some foods include red meat, corn. There's a whole gamut of list of foods that you want to try to stay away from. Dairy, sugar, those are inflammatory. I'm not sure how much. Yeah, I'm not sure how much of that you've taken out of your diet already, but that's definitely a good start. But an anti-inflammatory diet, I actually have a food plan specifically for inflammation. I'm not sure if you were able to get my information from the caller before, but I
did.
Yeah, great. Then I can give that to you. And then there are also supplements that are really great for decreasing inflammation.
That's what I was trying to find out, and I've heard like cinnamon.
Cinnamon can be anti-inflammatory. For the most part, it's known for being able to control insulin levels. So for people who are diabetes, to kind of control your regulate your blood sugar. But anti-inflammatory spices and herbs, and then supplements would be like vitamin C, vitamin D. I would be interested to see your lab work that you get from your doctor, because sometimes there will be some markers up there that can show exactly where the inflammation is coming from. We're trying to kind of get to the root of the problem as opposed to just, treating the symptom. But always food first. Always food first, an anti-inflammatory diet. Even if you were to Google anti-inflammatory diet, I'm quite sure there are some things that'll pop up for you. Fish, I'm not sure. Do you like fish?
I do.
Okay.
So anti-inflammatory diet.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay, because like I said, a lot of people told me stuff like put some cinnamon on your food and turmeric, and I have Googled some things, but you hear a lot of stuff. But I'm just wondering if you know of anything that you think that really might help, like the turmeric, or I can't even think of anything right now.
Turmeric is good. Vitamin
Ginger.
C, vitamin D, vitamin E. Those are all great anti-inflammatory. Omega-3 fatty acids are anti-inflammatory. Really yes.
Belinda, this is Chef K. I had experience, being a fitness instructor with inflammatory with my knee and also with my shoulder, and I incorporated a lot of turmeric within my diet. But you can't just use that spice on its own. You use it in combination with pepperine, and the pepperine helps the turmeric absorb a little better to help you. Yep, and it works. It works. Yep, it works for me. The turmeric in combination. You can do it with your food. You can make it out of a milk. I like to take the all natural supplement for that because it's easier for me. I'm not big on milk, so I like to take the supplement.
You can always put it in coconut milk or almond milk, maybe like an unsweetened almond milk. And if you need a little bit of sweetness to it, you can always add like a natural sweetener, like honey or maple syrup or maybe a stevia to it.
Okay, because you said stay away from dairy.
Yeah, you kind of want to stay away from it. I know
coconut milk is a good
difficult.
good carrier for that.
Mm-hmm.
And I also would like to suggest that physical activity is also good, as well as taking time to reset yourself and find your balance and just managing stress. So that is also helpful when you're dealing with a situation like arthritis. So being active, even though you think my joints or this is hurting or it's something to that effect, being active actually does help that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to be active sometimes when you're hurting, but sometimes I guess if you can just kind of push through that, you'll get more benefit.
Sometimes start small. Start walking, just doing some kind of physical activity. It doesn't have to be anything that's very strenuous, but just doing some type of movement that you can tolerate, and then go from there. But some physical activity is good.
Okay.
Yes,
okay, but yes. So, what did you tell me about the turmeric mixing that with what was that? You said pepper or something?
Pepperin, Piprine. You take that in combination. It absorbs in the bloodstream better versus you just using just turmeric on its own. Mm-hmm. It only works in that combination, and you can look that up online. Also, I think I order my supplements through Amazon because it's easier and more convenient, but you can probably go to a local health food store as well and find a supplement for it if you don't want to make it yourself.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna look for that.
All righty. Thank you for calling in with your questions and your comment.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. We have one more call. Yes, Hampton Roads Voices. And if you want to get in with a question, comment, or concern yourself about eating clean this episode, then go ahead and do that. 823-9110, 823-9110. And also tweet us or Facebook us using the hashtag HRV. Just use that hashtag and tweet regularly or post regularly, and I will find you, okay? One more call. Hi, Nick T1, you're live in the air. What's your question, comment, or concern?
Is that for me? Hello?
Yes. Hey there.
Oh. Hi.
First of all, what's your name?
My name is Roxy. How are y'all?
Hi,
Roxy.
Hey, Roxy.
Hi, Roxy.
Yes.
Thank you for listening, Roxy.
Yes, I've listened to all of it, and I just, was wanting to comment basically on everybody's, because I first of all thank you, staff for, Hot 91 staff for having the conversation. You see how the people are not like lost, but need the direction of your word. So I thank you so much for even having the concept and idea to even put this out for people to grasp. The second thing I just wanted to say was I'm out here. I do online grocery shopping for people in Hampton Roads that have maybe they can't get out or whatever. So I'm out shopping in the grocery stores. Where mostly would you find these things that you're talking about for people in Hampton Roads to go and get these herbs or supplements? Will you have all that posted on your page, on your radio spot page after your conversation about it is over? Like where we can, find out where you can
yes.
Go and get, okay.
Great question. I'm going to have these ladies answer you. I'm sure the chef knows first and foremost, and then Lynise, I'm sure knows, and then Lisa I'm sure knows. And yes, go to our Facebook page, because when we go on break in just a minute, I'm going to put that on our Facebook page, either in a little bit or right after the show, okay? WNSB, that's for you and everybody who's listening. WNSB, we're going to put the contact information of these ladies and where you can find these things. Go ahead, Chef K.
And I would just do a ending statement for what I would say to people in Hampton Roads, since I'm out here shopping in these grocery stores. If you don't put it together for yourself in your kitchen, then you don't know what actually was put in it.
Yes,
so get back to familiarizing yourself with what you are actually putting in your mouth for that $1.50 or whatever that you paid for those ingredients. Get back to reconnecting with your kitchen, and cooking and taking care of yourselves, because at the end of the day, the items will stay on the grocery shelf. But if we're not alive to shop for them, then how will they get, That's just a little extra thought I wanted to throw in there. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
get back in the kitchen. Get back in the kitchen and do your stuff for yourself.
Yes.
So thank you, ladies. I'll be listening. Continued.
Thank you.
So even though clean eating really isn't nothing new, it's just eating real food in its real natural state. It has really become a big trend over the past couple of years to where big supermarkets like Walmart, Food Line, they all now carry organic produce and different type of all natural ingredients that you can pick up at your local grocery store for maybe 20 to 30 cents more than you will pay for the non-organic product. So they make it very convenient and easy for you to do that now. But we are in a day and age of convenience to where a lot of people don't want to cook. And so with that, there are also a lot of restaurants, and you have services like mine where I prepare the food for you, and you can ask questions. Ask, how are you preparing this? Is it gluten-free? A lot of these restaurants have to put labels on what's going into their food by health code regulations now. So just ask questions. You can ask what's being put in your food, and then it's also certain places that like I'm not going to shout nobody out. I don't want to. Some places that that they're not going to be putting the right ingredients. It's all about the bottom dollar, making money. So you just keep mindful of that when you're going to look for ingredients in different locations and places.
And I think she asked, where can she get these? Do you guys know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, you know what? Because we don't want to shout anybody out on air.
See.
What we're going to do is put it on our Facebook page, okay? Go to our Facebook, WNSB Hot 91.1 FM, WNSB Hot 91.1. And I'll tell you what, we want those phone lines to continue ringing. 823-9110, 823-9110. And when we come back, Hampton Roads Voices, Eating Clean will continue. I have very special guest experts here. Lisa Gibson, certified wellness coach, owner of Anew Holistic Health and Wellness. Kurshell McCorkle, aka Chef K, chef of Clean Cuisine and founder of Lifdid Kitchen. And Lynise Perry, she is a nutritional counselor, okay? All those ladies and myself, Khilo, will be back in just a bit. Keep it locked right here. It's Hampton Roads Voices. Hot 91, your choice for hip hop and R&B soul. Khilo is here with Hampton Roads Voices. Oh yes, and today is a brand spanking new episode, and you guys really, really love it, and I'm glad that you love it, okay? This is what Hot 91 is all about, helping the community, getting solutions out there, trying to, tackle the everyday issues head on. Today we're talking about eating clean, okay? Not only just to drop the pounds or to look good or whatever reason it is, but, just to try to maintain a healthy lifestyle for the rest of your life, eating good, wholesome food that's not going to kill you, okay? Especially in our community. But this is for everyone, okay? Give us a call if you want to get in where you fit in with a question, a comment, a concern about eating clean. 823-9110, 823-9110, and we will continue the conversation with these guest experts here. I have Lynise Perry. She's a nutritional counselor. I have Kurshell McCorkle, aka Chef K. She's the founder of Lifdid Kitchen and also chef of Clean Cuisine. And also Lisa Gibson here. She's a certified wellness coach, owner of Anew Holistic Health and Wellness in Chesapeake, all right? So, ladies, before we got off the air, you described to me what eating clean was, and basically all of you guys said it's basically just not eating processed foods, cutting out those processed foods as much as we can, and eating whole foods that grow from the ground or have a little bit of manipulation to them, just a little bit. Because, when you're cooking and you're frying your foods or when you're stir frying, that's kind of, manipulating it a little bit. So something like that. So moving forward. A lot of people want to eat clean, but they don't know where to start. What can I do first? Me included. What would be the very first step towards eating cleaner for the remainder of my life? Anybody can jump in here.
Swap outs.
Okay.
Put the chips down for an apple. That's one change you can do right there. You can be more aware of the groceries that you're buying. Let's take one simple recipe, for instance, spaghetti. When you go down the aisle and say you want to do pre-made spaghetti sauce, look at the different types of ingredients that's in your spaghetti sauce. And now, like I said, a lot of these grocery stores offer organic ingredients for a cheaper price. You can find organic spaghetti sauce for, I think, $2 a jar. Swap out your spaghetti noodles for whole wheat noodles, and use all natural grass-fed beef. Simple as that. Just swap out.
Or turkey?
Turkey's okay. Good too. Yep. Actually better for you.
Okay. Any other ladies? What's the first step to you or, to someone towards eating cleaner?
I would actually say to the listeners to educate yourself. I think you have to come from a place of knowledge, and I think because knowledge is power, knowing the importance of eating clean is really where it's really a good place to start. I think you have to understand that what you eat matters, and you have to recognize that what you put in your body, it affects you one way or another. You can eat good things and they affect you in a good way, or you can eat not so good things and they affect you or impact your health negatively. So for me, I think the very first place to start is to get knowledge and understanding, get the information, come from an informed, knowledgeable place, so that you truly understand why you're eating the way you're eating. For the most part, you want to be able to live your best you for the rest of your life. How do you do that? How can eating enhance that? So for me, get the knowledge, get the information, and get informed.
All right. 823-9110. That is the number to get in your questions, your comments, concerns about eating better, eating cleaner. 823-9110. Now, can you guys explain the different food groups? I know that we were supposed to learn this in, I don't know, kindergarten and first grade, but me personally, in all my 25 years, I can probably name about 2 or 3, okay? So, give me some different food groups. What are all? Is 7 of them, right? 8?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the food groups, the more traditional food groups created by the USDA, their standards, they include vegetables, fruits, whole grains, protein, and milk. There are also good fats, as well as, some things that you may not necessarily want to eat all the time. Back in the day, I don't want to tell my age, but it used to be the food pyramid. Nowadays, they have what's called MyPlate. So there's myplate.gov. MyPlate is more of a visual diagram. It gives people an idea of how their plate should look. So primarily, half the plate is plant food, half the plate is vegetables and fruit, and then a quarter of it is whole grains, the other quarter is protein, and then they also have you eating about 2 or 3 servings of milk or dairy. Now, I like to use a more modified plate depending on your particular needs. Maybe you're lactose intolerant and you can't have dairy. There's a more modified MyPlate that I found on Harvard School of Public Health, and essentially you kind of swap out the milk with water, tea, or maybe some decaffeinated coffee. You use healthy oil such as olive oil and maybe avocado, some coconut oil in small serving sizes. There's also an opportunity for you to look through what's called macronutrients. Macronutrients makes it a bit more simpler and more easier for you to keep track of what you're eating. There are 3 macronutrients. There's protein, healthy fats, as well as carbohydrates. Within carbohydrates are included the vegetables, your fruits, your whole grains, your legumes, and your beans, because they're a good source of carbohydrates. And then for proteins, you have healthy meats and poultry, fish, as well as the nuts and seeds and the legumes. And then you have your healthy fats, like I mentioned before, with like the olive oil and the coconut oil. And if you can make sure you combine those 3 macronutrients in each meal, you're going to sustain your energy throughout the day, and you're going to be able to control your cravings a lot better also.
Now, Chef K, really quick, can you tell us, trying to use as much as our food groups as possible, a breakfast, a snack, a lunch, a snack, and a dinner, an example of that, like a good, you know what I mean?
So I'm going to walk you through my day. When I think of food, I think of it as your energy. And so when you start your day, you want to start your day with all the energy you can possibly get. So breakfast is one of the most important meals that you can have, because that's how you start your day off. So for me, I will have an egg omelet with spinach, piece of fruit, or I would swap out the egg maybe for oatmeal. Oatmeal is a good option, but I try to have fruit in the morning. I have a cup of green tea. And then for a snack, midday, I do a lot of fitness, so protein is a big factor for me. So I might have a protein shake or almonds, some type of nut protein, and then a green smoothie. If you're not big on the smoothies, you can swap that out for vegetables, vegetable snacks. They have something called sweet petite carrots that are, it's like eating a piece of candy to me. but it's all vegetables, so that'll get in vegetables for you. My biggest meal of the day would be lunch, because it's your midday. That's kind of your crashing point before the rest of the day ends. Dinner is my lightest meal of the day. It's because I want to have time for my food to digest. So for lunch, I will have a big salad. Make sure that I have plenty of protein in that, plenty of vegetables. Keep it very light on fats. But if I were to use a fat like our Lynise said, avocado is an excellent fat, healthy fat that you would use, and I use that often when I eat my salads or protein bowls. And then I'll keep it light for dinner.
And what do you eat for dinner?
For dinner, I'll take it to either a salad, or I like to put together bean bowls. I make something in particular that is really big with my clients. It's called a 3-bean chili with sweet potato, and I pair it with a little bit of brown rice, and top it with a lot of fresh cilantro, tomatoes, and avocados, and then that'll be my dinner, and that'll hold me off for the rest of the day.
That sounds good.
Yes.
That sounds awesome. We do have a call. Let's see who's on the airways. Hi, 921, you are live on the air. Who am I speaking with?
How you doing this evening? My name is Clayvon.
Hey, Clayvon. Say hello to my guests.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, how are you?
Clayvon.
All right.
What's your question, comment, or concern?
I was listening to, I believe her name was Lynise, before Chef K was speaking. Like, list all the different, proteins that would be good.
Yeah.
I cut out eating meat and dairy for about 6 weeks now. So sometimes I may, go and get, like the little black bean burgers, or like the, I'll go to Yard House and get like the little Gardein chicken. Now, I know that's not real, but is eating that processed protein, is that good or bad?
Well, no, it's just that it depends on where you are. So as a counselor, I meet people where they are. So if you've totally cut out meat and this is your first time cutting out meat, that is a good transition for you. What we would do in the future, maybe in a few couple of weeks, you might want to look for brands that have more whole foods incorporated with them, because a lot of those, for instance, soy burgers or the meat alternatives have a lot of additives and sodium in them. Yeah. So just so that you want to meet yourself where you are, and not be too judgmental about the process, because it is a process. But there's information out there. There are some brands that I know that are really good that you can find in different grocery stores in the area. I can't particularly say them now, but I will definitely put them on my website and let K-Love know about those. But there are some, if you need a food that's maybe frozen, or you need something that's convenient until you learn how to make maybe your own bean burgers, it'd offer a great opportunity for you to maybe go to one of Chef K's classes. I'm quite sure she could probably help you out a lot with learning how to make those bean burgers, as well as I. But that's not necessarily bad for you right now, but you definitely want to try to transition into something that has more whole foods. Like, a good gauge is to look at the ingredients, and if they're ingredients that you can pronounce and that you can recognize and that you know what they look like, that's exactly what you want to eat. If you see some things that maybe you can't pronounce, you may want to steer away from that and maybe not eat that as much.
Right.
Did that help?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Great.
And then will I be able to find everybody's information on like Hot 91 website or something?
It's already on our Facebook page, so go check that out. WNSB Hot 91.1 FM, okay?
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you for listening. Now, Lisa, you are a wellness coach, and you do a lot of fitness and things of that nature. So how important, in your opinion, is food with fitness? And what are some of the things that you eat or you tell your clients to eat in order to, have that good balance while they're working out throughout the day?
Well, food and fitness is really important. Like, Chef K mentioned, you want to eat to fuel your body. So a lot of times what I do is I coach my clients to eat breakfast, a snack, lunch, a snack, and dinner. And if they have not eaten dinner too late in the day, they can have a snack. And that way you're fueling your body consistently throughout the day. You're not having highs and lows per se. It's a steady amount of fuel that you are engaging in and allowing your body to be consistent with how you're able to process what you're eating. So for me, I usually coach my clients. Coach K mentioned eggs. I love eggs. I eat a lot of omelets. But to just speak on something differently as far as breakfast, if I were to coach my clients to put together a meal, breakfast, lunch, dinner for the day, I would probably tell them to eat oatmeal, mix that with honey, cinnamon, as well as some raisins. You can mix it with milk, or sometimes I use water. It just depends where I am that day. I also would top it with fresh apples, nuts, things of that nature, trying to get as much whole food in my breakfast as I possibly can. And I also would probably top it with some dry cranberries. For a snack, I might have some trail mix, maybe some yogurt with blueberries, some granola that I've made at home, and Coach K can, I'm sure, tell a lot of people how they can make granola at home. It's really easy to do. And for lunch, I would have something like a salad, which would include lettuce, tomatoes, cucumbers, peppers, onions, just a variety of things. I would also include parsley because parsley is really, really good in salad, very tasty, and it allows you to flavor your food without having to use extra things like salt or some people even use sugar. So herbs allow you to do that. And so I would also probably use like a boiled egg in the salad, have some type of dressing, some chicken, and that would probably carry me through for lunch until I'm able, if I need a snack, to get to a snack for that day. And then for dinner, I would have something probably very simple like baked chicken. And I coach my clients to, if they eat meat, to eat lean protein. So I would have probably baked chicken with some brown rice and green peas. Usually I drink a lot of water, sometimes sweet tea with lemon. But water is very good to drink throughout your day and with your meals, so you feel satiated throughout the day and so that you feel full and satisfied. So I usually coach my clients to eat throughout the day, to eat snacks if necessary, but make them healthy. And if they're active, they have to understand that eating is important. Not to not eat, because eating is what allows you to fuel yourself and allows you to be able to do the things that you're able to do.
Yeah, like live, okay? Yeah. We have to stop eating this trash. Khilo, I'm talking to myself. Hey, girl, stop eating that trash, okay? Listen, let me tell you something. Cajun cheese fries at Cookout is the best thing ever invented. And on a late night, sometimes I get an Oreo milkshake and I eat it with a spoon. And I just say, you know what? This is so bad, but it's so good. But you know what? I have to get it together. And I know I am not alone. Give me a call, 823-9110. I have guest experts here and they're telling us, okay, me and you, girl, me and you, sir, to get it together. Okay, we have to eat to live, and these foods can actually be good. They can be good. They don't have to be the same old rabbit food that I don't know what these people are telling you. But listen, 823-9110, 9110 is the phone number. Hampton Rose Voices, Eating Clean. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we're going to continue the conversation. All right, ladies, you're doing okay?
Yes. Yep, great.
All righty, keep it locked right here. It's Hampton Rose Voices. Hi, 91, your choice for hip hop and R&B soul. Hampton Rose Voices. Yes, we are live right now. It is called Eating Clean, this episode. And we have great special guest experts on the air with me that is going to accommodate you and accommodate me, because I eat terribly. Okay. I have Lynise Perry here. She's a nutritional counselor. And I also have Kurshell McCorkle, aka Chef K. She's the chef of Clean Cuisine and the founder of Lifdid Kitchen. I also have Lisa Gibson. She's a certified wellness coach and the owner of Anew Holistic Health and Wellness. And they have been helping the Hampton Roads out tremendously since we started. All right. So let's hop right back on in here. So, you know, it really depends on who's saying it, and it depends on who wrote the article and what have you. But there are so many conflicting reports about meat, about if we should eat it, what kind we should eat, how much we should eat. What is the truth about meat? Is it good for us? Can we eat it? What kinds can we eat? So forth and so on. All of you guys can chime in here.
I can chime in.
Okay.
Well, you know, there's a lot of misinformation. There's information overload on the web, and it can be quite overwhelming for some people who don't know. Meat is good for you and bad for you, depending on, you know, your condition. If you're a healthy individual, it's recommended by the USDA that you get about 3 to 6 ounces of meat. 3 ounces of cooked meat is about the size of a computer mouse, or 3 ounces of fish is about the size of a checkbook. But that being said, with our society today and what's called the SAD diet, that's the Standard American Diet, and unfortunately it's called the SAD diet, that's the acronym, we eat way more meat than what we really need. And what happens is when you eat more protein, in particular animal protein, is it eventually gets converted into fat. So that can lead to obesity. But meat is the most digestible protein. Plant protein is not as easily digested as meat protein. So, you know, if you get your servings a day, you're good to go. Red meat in particular is pro-inflammatory. You can eat grass-fed red meat. That's less inflammatory. That has more of the omega-3 fatty acids, and that's better for you. But yeah, I'll let the other ladies chime in if they like.
And before you do that, ladies, 823-9110, 823-9110. That is the number for your questions, comments, concerns about eating clean. These experts can help you. 823-9110. Go ahead, Chef K. What meats are good for us? Can we eat meat? So forth and so on.
Yeah. It is a really good source of protein, but just to reiterate what Lynise had said about the red meat, I noticed with me on a personal note and a lot with my clients is when you begin to eliminate stuff out your diet and reintroduce, you can see what works for you. And a number of my clients, as well as myself, feel the difference with red meat and without red meat in their diet. And it does cause a lot of problems with, I'm not going to say your health, but just your overall feeling of your body. So I don't suggest a lot of red meat in your diet. It's not the only form of protein. There's so many different ways that you can get protein, but that's one of the reasons why people say they eat a lot of meat in their diet. There are all different types of ways that you can get it in. But like she said, it can be good and bad for you. It's all about balance and how much you take in excess. So just you got to keep on watch on that.
I personally have to say that I do eat lean meat. I do not eat it every day or with every meal. I try to make sure when I eat meat that it's organic or possibly wild caught. Lean meat, as the other guests have mentioned, it's a great source of protein. I think the controversy comes in with red meat is that when red meat is prepared in certain ways or brought up to certain temperatures, carcinogens can develop. And that's sort of like when issues arise because of the way that red meat is prepared. So I think you have to, again, get the information, make a informed decision, and it's the same thing with processed meats. You know, there are studies that are showing that processed meats can cause inflammation in the colon, and that can therefore perhaps cause cancer to form. So I think it comes down to trying to get all the information that you can about what you're eating and how to prepare it, looking at all of the perhaps studies that are out there. And I think you have to just make a personal and informed decision for yourself. At this point, I don't think anything is definitive, but as mentioned before, meat it's a great source of protein.
All right. Listen, you have to know what works for you, okay? You know daggone well that you shouldn't be eating no steak if you already had a heart attack, or if your high blood pressure is, soaring through the roof. You know what you're supposed to be eating and what you're not supposed to be eating. And, I was walking into a well-known store, and I saw that they were selling, quote-unquote, prime rib steak for $1.
Oh, no.
$1 prime rib steak. Now that ain't prime, okay? So you have to use your common sense, people. Okay, you don't have to be well versed, but yeah. So 823-9110. Give us a call. Give us some questions, some comments, some concerns about how to eat clean, how you can eat clean, and if you just started a new regimen, give me a call and let me know how's it going. What are you doing differently? Do you want to give up? Do you want to keep going? 823-9110. I want to hear from you. Now, Lisa, what is the best, what is good to eat and drink before a workout?
What is good to eat or drink before a workout? Well, it really depends on the person, where that person is health-wise, but usually water. You can never go wrong with water. Hydrate yourself. I try personally to juice. I do a lot of juicing, fresh fruits and vegetables. I do smoothies and even blends. Those things from a whole perspective I think are good. You can't go wrong with that. And so I think it's good to do probably about 30 minutes if you want to really hydrate yourself. If you are going to be very active in your workout, you want to make sure that you are hydrated. So lots of water. If you want to juice, I say stay away from the sugary juices that you can go in the store and buy. If you prepare your own juice, go for it. Blends, smoothies, things of that nature would be wonderful pre-workout.
Okay. Yeah, because I like to work out and sometimes I'm hungry. Is it wise to work out on an empty stomach? I feel like it's not.
It really depends. I mean, some people do that. And it just depends where you are in your fitness regimen. So I can never tell you not to do that. I don't personally recommend that you do it on a regular basis. However, I always tell my clients to make sure that they eat well throughout their day. If they are going to be active, to eat a little bit more, 30 to 45 minutes before they work out, so that you can be properly fueled for your workout. But again, it really just depends what you're doing, where you are health-wise, and what you are trying to accomplish. So just hydrate yourself.
So just to piggyback a little bit off of what she said, I'm a fitness instructor as well as a chef. And so I always tell my clients to get protein in 30 minutes before a workout and 30 minutes after, because it helps with muscle recovery and soreness.
It does.
And to stay hydrated. But if you were to eat prior to your workout, just think about what you're eating and how it makes your body feel. You don't want to go and eat chili 30 minutes or an hour right before you're going to have a workout, because that's not going to sit well on your stomach while you're jumping around or lifting weights. So just be mindful of what you're eating prior. Say I have an 8:45 in the morning class, right? And so I'm going to have the oatmeal an hour before so that it'll settle and it gives me fuel. I'm not going to have something heavy like fried bacon or, you just got to be very conscious of what you're eating. Before.
Yeah. Absolutely. Makes sense. 823-9110. Give me a call if you have any questions about eating clean, or if you just started your journey and you want to do a little check-in. Pat yourself on the back. You want us to say, you go ahead, girl. Give us a call and I will give you that you go ahead, girl. 823-9110. Now, ladies, what exactly is processed foods? What is that?
There are so many definitions of processed food. If I were to go to the store and get a bag of spinach and saute it in a pan, I didn't process it because it lost nutrient by me cooking it. So it's all different levels, but there are particular processed foods that you want to just totally stay away from. And I hate to tell you, that burnt hot dog at the cookout, that's the worst processed food you can have.
Yikes.
You know, so there's all levels to when your food is being processed. You just want to be, again, mindful of how much manipulation is being done to the food.
You want to?
Yeah, and, you know, it depends on the type of food. Like she mentioned, vegetables that you cook, you are losing some of the nutrients, but at the same time, you're making the fibers a lot more digestible, you know, for your digestive system. So it's more easier for you to absorb the nutrients that are left in it. Also, you know, there's a degrees of process. Like you have brown rice, you have white rice, and you have rice cakes, for instance, and they all affect your body differently. The rice cakes are normally the main ones that you find at the grocery store. They've been stripped of the brown outer layer, which has all the B vitamins and the minerals and everything that's good for you and for your digestion, for your mental health, and it also spikes up your blood sugar. Whereas if you were to eat brown rice, you have everything you need. So the closer it is to the source from which it came, the better.
Good advice. So, is it possible ever with those type of processed foods, you know, like our cereals and the bright orange candies and things of that nature, is it ever possible to be free of those types of processed foods, like altogether?
I would say no.
I don't. I agree. I would say no.
And when we were on break, me and Lisa were speaking about a rule that we follow, the 80-20,
yes,
where it's 80% of really eating the best possible foods for your health, but you only live once. It's going to be a time where you go to New York and have that greasy New York sliced pizza, because that's something that but you don't do it all the time. That's something that you can't do all the time, but you gotta live a little sometimes.
You gotta eat that macaroni and cheese.
Not every day.
Khilo.
Just not every day.
Not every day in a small serving.
Yep, small serving.
Right. Yeah.
Small serving of those horribly prepared collard greens. All that sodium. I can taste it now.
That's your 20%.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay, I'll save it for Thanksgiving then. Okay, so listen, we're going to take a quick break. It is Hampton Roads Voices Eating Clean, and we want to hear from you. 823-9110, or you can ask a question or share your comment or concern on Twitter and Facebook using the hashtag HRV. Okay, if you want the contact information about any of these guest experts here, you can find that on our Facebook page, WNSB Hot 91.1 FM. Keep it locked right here. It's Hot 91, Hampton Roads Voices. Hot 91, your choice for hip hop and R&B soul. Hello there, Hampton Roads Voices. We are live. We are brand spanking new with a new episode entitled Eating Clean. Yes, Eating Clean. Thank you, Chris, my production intern. Shout out to Chris, my production intern. He always has me right. Left my laptop out there. Listen, I have 3 special guest experts here who are doing a fantastic job. Thank you, sir. A fantastic job with just getting us right, getting us ready and motivated to eat better, eat healthier for a lifetime. Not just to get a banging body, but for a lifetime. We have Lynise Perry here. She's a nutritional counselor. We also have Lisa Gibson here, certified wellness coach, owner of Anew Holistic Health and Wellness, and Kurshell McCorkle, a.k.a. Chef K. She's the founder of Lifdid Kitchen, and she likes to call herself the chef of clean cuisine. Okay, so we have ladies here who are exceptionally knowledgeable about this topic at hand. We want you to call in and to ask them questions, share your concerns, 823-9110, 823-9110, to get in where you fit in, okay? So, ladies, what are some of America's favorite foods that contain too much sugar or too much sodium that we may not even know about? Anybody can chime in here.
Well, I'm not sure if you don't know about it, but soda is a big thing. soda, it's almost like you're drinking your calories. So the calories that you're supposed to be taking in through food with nutrients, you're getting it through soda. And so what happens is you're kind of tricking your brain into thinking it's getting nutrients, but it's not. It's just getting calories, and it's being stored as fat in your midsection. And that's where all of your vital organs are that help you regulate your insulin levels. So that can definitely lead to diabetes and other comorbidities. You know, and what happens is when you trick your brain thinking it's getting its nutrients, it wants more food. So what happens is your blood sugar plummets and you crash, and then you need something else sweet to bring it back up. So it starts a really crazy cycle that if it goes along too much and far too long, it becomes chronic and it turns into, you know, diabetes. It's a lifestyle condition.
Chef K.
Yes, so I would say one of the foods that I see a lot of people, especially in the gym or just something quick to grab and go, is these protein bars and fruit bars. And so we think because it says healthy and all natural fruit, sometimes they use the wording to trick us a little bit to make it seem like it's good for us. But if you flip that box over on the other side and see it says 27 or 30 to 50, up to 50 sometimes I've seen in one protein bar, grams of sugar, that's way too much sugar just to get a little bit of protein in from a bar when you can just make your own. You think it's hard, but it's really not. You say if you like peanut butter, take some peanut butter, some almonds, and some oats and mix that up and drizzle a little dark chocolate on top.
Some dates.
Dates, right?
Yep,
you got your own protein bar right there, but oh my goodness, those are some of the most unhealthiest foods you can eat.
Yeah,
those protein bars.
I would have to piggyback off of Lynise. At the top of my list is 100% soft drinks, soda, and from the perspective that the amount of sugar that Lynise spoke of, as well as the fructose or high fructose corn syrup that can be found in the soft drinks. So a lot of us know someone or we have people in our family that have diabetes. So we definitely know the ailments that can come from eating or drinking too much sugar. So I would have sugar at the top of my list. And one other thing that I've recognized is that there are some studies that are also potentially connecting sugar to cancer. So too much sugar in our diet in any way, shape, or form, I personally would have to say it's not good for us. So sugar, soft drinks, soda at the top of my list.
Okay. How about, I heard Gatorade actually is loaded with a whole lot of stuff that we don't even need.
Yeah.
It's really bad for you.
On top of the coloring, too.
Yeah.
It's not good for you. There's alternatives. You can do coconut water.
Now, I don't know if I can say this or not, but I noticed this watching the game lately. In the past, on the sidelines, you used to see a lot of Gatorade bottles. And so I'm a foodie, and so I wasn't really watching the game or what was going on, but I noticed that a lot of the players had coconut water, and it wasn't Gatorade. So I know for a fact that Gatorade is not the best choice of energy or what is it? What is the word I'm looking for?
Electrolyte?
Yes, electrolytes. That you can get that same thing from the coconut water. But I've noticed that in the basketball game.
Yeah, Gatorade's not there anymore. Interesting. And we do have one call. Let's see. Hi, 921, you're live on the air. Who am I speaking with?
Belinda.
Oh, hey, Belinda. You called back?
I did.
Oh,
because
hey.
I was listening to you, and I wanted to ask you a question about when you read the labels and it tells you how much sugar and all of that stuff in it, what is a good number to not go over? Because it tells you like 4 grams or 2 grams or whatever, but most people really don't know what that means.
It's not an easy answer. Sometimes the grams of sugar could be associated with, maybe brown rice flour that's in it, or the oats that are in it, or maybe dates that are in it. So in that case, it would be natural sugar. So I would say a good gauge is to look at the ingredients, and the ingredients are listed based on how much is in that particular product. So the first ingredients are usually the ones that are the ingredients that are higher in percentage in that particular product. So if sugar is the first maybe 3 or 4 ingredients, you can be sure, like cane sugar, it'll tell you exactly what form of sugar you're getting. I try to avoid getting any products that say cane sugar or high fructose corn syrup or corn syrup, organic sugar syrup. There are lots of names for those. I think the best way to gauge what the amount of sugar and the type of sugar would be to look at the ingredients. But definitely if you're seeing something that's, I feel like 10 grams and above is too much, all depending also on the serving size. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So because you see a lot of like teas, like sweet teas and stuff like that in the bottles. A lot of that has a lot of sugar in it, but you don't know exactly what does that mean. Is it too much sugar that you're that they're putting in there? So you're saying like 10 grams. Anything over than that, kind of be cautious with it.
Yeah, and too, there's always the option to get an unsweetened and then maybe sweetening it with stevia. And stevia is an herb that is naturally sweet, but it doesn't increase your blood sugar glucose. So that's an option.
Okay, I've heard of that.
Yeah.
That's stevia?
Stevia,
okay,
yeah.
So that's not like artificial sweetness.
It's
because artificial sweetness, that's not good for you, right?
No, it's not. No.
Coconut sugar is coconut pollen is a really good one as well. I use it in my coffee to have a natural sweetener. Yep, so that's a really good one. But with the sugar, sugar it can be in a lot of things. Sugar is in your fruit. So you just gotta, anything in excess, too much of it will play a big part in how much you consume as well, as far as the sugar. If you were to choose, if you wanted to have, say, a sweet craving or something sweet, I would go for the all natural sugar fruit, apples, strawberries, versus something that has sugar in it. If you
right, that's been added.
Yep, that's been added to.
And then that way you have more control over it.
Yes,
also,
exactly.
Because the way it's marketed towards a quote unquote American taste bud, and normally our taste buds are high, and we want lots of sugar and lots of fat, and usually whatever amount of sugar they put in there is going to be too much.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've noticed, like, if you go through the drive-thru and you ask for a sweet tea, it is, like, really, really sweet. I now have to do half sweet and half unsweetened, because just a plain sweet tea, like you go to fast food place, it's just, like, really like syrup.
Yeah. A
lot of it. Yeah.
All right,
okay,
Belinda.
So, all right, thank you so much.
Thank you for your continued support.
Okay.
All righty. Yes. And if you want to get in where you fit in and ask a question just like Belinda did, do that. 823-9110, 823-9110. Ladies, now, many people, when they think about healthy eating, they automatically think, I'm going to be hungry. Okay, I'm going to be hungry. Y'all tell me to eat my last meal at 5 p.m. and I don't go to sleep till 10 o'clock and I'm still hungry. So what is your advice to maintain a full, satisfied feeling in between those meals all day and, so forth and so on?
Well, I would have to go back to how I coach my clients, and that is to eat breakfast, a snack, lunch, a snack, dinner, and if you're not eating dinner too late in the day, to eat a snack later, perhaps after dinner. I think if you eat that way throughout your day, you're more satisfied. You're more apt to not overeat per se. I would also add to that, if you drink lots of water, keep your body hydrated throughout the day, that also helps. But take your time and eat your meals and enjoy them. And just really just try your best to graze is one terminology that's used a lot throughout the day, and not eat large meals consistently. Just try and break it up throughout your day.
Yeah, I definitely eat all day long, and I'm physically active all day long. But everybody is different. Your 6 a.m. wake up may be different from someone who wakes up at 9 and their day ends. Some people may be on a night shift. So their breakfast, lunch, and dinner may not be the same for everybody. So you have to go on your own schedule of eating. And it takes about 12 hours for your body to really process and digest a lot of the foods. That's why they say not to have like heavy foods after a certain hour for dinner and in the evening hours. So you give your body time to digest that food. But you have to do what's right for your body and at the right times of eating those certain foods. So if you're hungry, eat. Right?
Just eat the right stuff, right?
Exactly. Eat the
healthy.
right stuff. Like I tell my clients, especially if we're in like in a detox phase, you can eat all the vegetables you want. You can eat as many as you want because, for one, I know that those are the foods that's not going to be high in sugar. A lot of diet plans have you eating a lot of fruit, but that's still sugar, even though it's fruit. So I always say you can eat all the vegetables you want. So if you want a big ice cube cereal bowl of salad with all the vegetables on top with minimum oil dressing, because you can season your salad with lemon juice. You can season it, like I said, with a little bit of the herbs.
Yep, spices and herbs.
Yes. And that will fuel you. And that you can eat throughout the day. I also make a detox soup for my clients where it's a broth, but it has a lot of vegetables in it. And cayenne pepper, it has turmeric in it, and it helps them to feel full because they can eat it all day long or whenever they feel like they're hungry. So they're never hungry on any of the detoxes that I plan for them.
Yeah, that's a common misconception. People think that people who are, eating healthy or eating better, cleaner, that they're not eating. These people are eating every day, okay? So I had this friend, and we would just be out, at the mall or what have you, and he would just pull out a meal from his bag, and I'm just like, you gonna eat baked chicken in the middle of MacArthur Mall? Okay. He was like, yeah, I'm hungry. I'm gonna eat, pulling out broccoli sprouts or what have you. So yeah. 823-9110, 823-9110. That is the number. Call us if you have any questions about what food you should eat for your health condition, what food you should eat, feed your kids, perhaps, anything having to do with eating clean. We want to hear from you. 823-9110. Grocery shopping can be very difficult. When you're first going in there. Someone once told me when you're grocery shopping and you want to start eating better, avoid the middle of the grocery store. Yes. You want to stay on the outsides. What do you guys have to say about that or add to?
Absolutely. The middle of the grocery store, I call it the colon. So you know what your colon holds. I'm not going to say it on the radio, but for the most part, a lot of the stuff, in the colon of the grocery store is crap. You do find some of your whole grains and things, but you want to shop around the periphery. You also save money, shop around the periphery. It will require some cooking. So that skill level is very important. And also, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. It's a cliche,
Absolutely.
But it's very true. You definitely need to have a grocery list if you're on, say, a meal plan, for instance, that Chef K may have written up for you, or maybe you have some recommendations from me. You definitely want to bring that with you and not go hungry. Never go hungry.
Well, I would add that I coupon when I go to the grocery store. So a lot of times there's a misconception that eating healthy and eating well, living a healthy lifestyle is expensive, and I disagree with that. I think for me, couponing has allowed me to maintain a healthy lifestyle inexpensively. And not only that, but if you live a healthy lifestyle and you do it over a sustained period of time, what you recognize is that a lot of healthy food is sometimes less expensive than the processed foods. I can sometimes get a bag of apples for like $2.49. And then I can go into the grocery store in the middle of the aisle where the processed foods are, and a package of cookies could be $3 for the entire pack of cookies. So it just depends. I mean, I think you have to really look at what you're trying to accomplish when you get to the grocery store. Like Lynise said, I usually, because I know what my goal is when I go into the grocery store, I'm in the fruits section, vegetable section, getting whole foods, getting fresh foods, and I try and stay away from the middle of the aisles and the middle of the grocery store. So couponing is good. It helps.
Yes, and like Lynise said, you really do have to be prepared when you go into these stores. And if you think about it, we really eat the same stuff all the time. It's just the way that you prepare it and the way you season it is what changes it. So you want to kind of to save money, you want to get a whole pack of chicken and season each piece of that pack in a different flavor. Say you have jerk chicken one day, you have Greek chicken one day, and you package that up, and you can freeze those in sections. That way, when weeks come, you already have your stuff prepped out, and it'll be easier. So when you go into these grocery stores, you just got to really be prepared and know what you want to prepare before you get in there. Have a grocery list. Have a recipe with all the stuff written out. See which ingredients cross from recipe to recipes. Like you may use onions for all the recipes. So you want to make sure that you really are prepared when you go into these stores.
And don't you go in there hungry, okay? Don't you go in there hungry, because as you're going, past those lemons, and then you look over to your left and you see them Doritos. Ooh, Cool Ranch. Don't you do it.
Don't do it.
So we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to ask a couple more questions, and then we're going to do the closing remarks. I'm going to give you the contact information for all of these lovely ladies so you can keep in contact with them so that your journey will continue, okay? You are tuned in live to Hot 91, your choice for hip-hop and R&B soul, and also the home of Hampton Roads Voices. This episode is called Eating Clean. Make sure you keep it locked. Hot 91, your choice for hip-hop and R&B soul. See, I did tell you it was going to be a quick break, okay? We'll be right back. Hampton Roads Voices, new episode here. It's called Eating Clean, and that's what I'm doing right now. So Chef K bought some... What is this, Chef K?
It is one of my signature salads. It's apple kale, and normally we have walnuts in there, but we threw some almonds in it this time. All organic, all natural ingredients, and then I have my signature Dijon vinaigrette.
Very tasty.
Yes.
This is delicious, okay?
Yes.
I'm just getting my hands on it. Yes, it's very good.
But that's clean eating right there.
All right now, see?
No sacrifice in flavor.
Check me out.
Yeah, it's very good.
All right, yes. So, Eating Clean, I have 3 special guests here. We have Chef K, who you just heard from. She is the founder of Lifdid Kitchen. And also, she likes to coin herself the chef of clean cuisine. Also, I have Lisa Gibson here, certified wellness coach and owner of Anew Holistic Health and Wellness, and Miss Lynise Perry, a nutritional counselor. Now, ladies, really quick, how can we, now, I'm just going to be candid here. Black people like salt. All right? We like to put fat backs in the collard greens. We put, salt all over the macaroni and cheese. We like sodium. We like Lawry's. We like Accent. My mama like garlic salt, garlic powder, all this sodium in the foods. How can we season our foods to taste without all of that sodium?
I personally use lots of herbs in my food when I prepare, when I cook. I use things like basil, parsley. I use mint. I use rosemary. I also use a lot of spices like pepper, turmeric, cumin, sage, cinnamon. It helps to enhance the flavor of the food without you having to use the sodium or the salt. So I think that's an excellent way to reduce the amount of sodium in your food. And one other thing I would say is taste your food before you eat it so that you know if you actually need salt in it or not. Because I have a friend who will, or used to, before eating, automatically put salt in the food. So I say taste your food first and use herbs and spices.
Mm-hmm. So in my household, we grew up on all of that. So I had to reteach myself how to prepare these foods without using all those added ingredients. And so I use water to cook with it, nothing. I use a lot of low sodium broths, organic broths to add flavor. But the technique in cooking plays a big role in how your food tastes as well. Like, for example, the collard greens. If you were to cook your sweet onion down until it caramelizes, and then toss your collards into that flavor with the broth and use fresh garlic and, like she said, fresh herbs and spices, you will have just as much flavor as if you threw that fat back in there. So it's really about technique and really being patient and taking your time with it. That's why they always slow cook things. Seasoning your meat beforehand, a couple hours before, even a day before sometimes, heightens the flavor. It gives it an opportunity for the meat to absorb all those flavors. So when you do grill it or bake it, you can taste that flavor not just on the outside perimeter, but throughout the meat. So I'm big on flavor. I do not sacrifice flavor in anything that I do, and I love food. But I just can't do, like you said, a lot of the sodium and all these things that can cause so much problems for your health.
You can eat good food. Your chicken doesn't have to be bland. Yes. You don't have to, walk around eating bland chicken. Call Chef K, okay?
Yes.
So, to wrap all this up, ladies, what are the perks? I want to hear from each and every one of you. What are the perks to clean eating? Once we start this journey on today, or maybe tomorrow, because somebody already went to go pick up some McDonald's. What can we expect? What are we expecting from clean eating?
Well, I would say, you would definitely feel a lot lighter. You'll have more energy.
Yes.
You'll be sleeping better. You'll have much better digestion, more stable mood. And some people don't, relate some of those things to the foods we eat, but our digestive system is directly connected to our neurological system through the vagus nerve. And if you think about it, if you're nervous, your stomach starts hurting. Why is that? So you'll definitely see a different feeling in other areas that you wouldn't necessarily think you would feel from eating clean. And there's also the long-term effects of, you don't have to worry about cardiovascular disease. And, even if those things are in your family, it doesn't mean that the gene has to be turned on. You have a lot more control than you think you do.
You have a lot more control than you think you do. That's awesome. Chef K?
I would have to say it will save you so much money in the long run. Think about how much money you spend on medication, on doctor's bills.
Yes.
Before I started my clean eating journey and lifestyle, and really getting into this big, I remember the first time I had heartburn. And I thought I was having a heart attack because I didn't know what it was. And I went to the doctor for that. It cost me $150. Just to tell me that I ate something that caused me to have heartburn that I wasn't supposed to be eating. So it would definitely save you money in the long run, because when you take care of yourself, and like you say, you feel better, you look better, it begins to play a role in your health as far as eliminating a lot of health risks for yourself.
Awesome. Lisa?
Money.
I would say the perks are you being able to live your best you for the rest of your life.
Absolutely.
I think eating clean helps you to feel better. As these ladies have mentioned, it helps in so many ways, health-wise, saving money because you're doing preventative steps and you're not doing things after the fact, after you get ill or sick. So I would just have to say it just helps you with your quality of life. It allows you to be able to enjoy your life, your family, your children and grandchildren today and every day to the best of your ability. So for me, that's the greatest perk, is the quality of life that you have by doing it.
Awesome. Yes, that's what we can expect from eating clean. All right, so I want to know how to get in contact with each and every one of you ladies. And before you do that, I want to remind our listeners that I have Facebook information on our Facebook, on Hot 91's Facebook. Each and every one of these ladies are tagged, or their businesses are tagged, so you can easily get in contact with them. But if you are already have your pencil and your paper ready, or your phone is ready, here it is. We'll start with Miss Lynise Perry.
Sure. The easiest way to get in contact with me is through email. You can email me at info@LynisePerryNutrition.com. That's LYNISEPERRY nutrition.com. And I'm also on Facebook.
All right. And then we'll move on to Kurshell McCorkle, a.k.a. Chef K. How can we get in contact with you?
Yes, same with me. You can reach me through email at Lifdid, LIFDID @gmail.com. I am also on social media under Lifdid Kitchen. I'm on both Instagram, where you can see a lot of the recipes that I cook. I love to post some of my recipes and pictures there, as well as on Facebook, Lifdid Kitchen. So that's where you can find me.
Lisa Gibson, certified wellness coach and owner of Anew Holistic Health and Wellness. How can we get in contact with you, ma'am?
You guys can reach me via my website, which is www.anewhhw.com. I am also on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And you can definitely feel free to call us at any time. You can reach us on 757-819-6960. I would love to speak to any of you at any point in time.
All right now. Lisa, Chef K, and Lynise, I want to thank you for being on Hampton Roads Voices. What a great program. I think you helped a lot of people. Matter of fact, I know you helped a lot of people, including myself. Now, whether they take that or not, that's their business. But you did your part. So thank you, ladies.
Oh, thank you for having
me.
Yes, and thank you for listening, Hampton Roads. Okay, another episode is down, Hampton Roads Voices, Eating Clean. Make sure that you tune in on Sunday at 12 p.m. That is Sunday afternoon at 12 p.m. We're going to rerun this episode right here. So if you missed anything, you can catch it again, okay? Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Hot91Online, at Hot91Online. And again, Facebook, WNSB Hot 91.1. Khilo is out. I will see you again Monday morning, bright and early, 6 a.m., just to brighten up your Monday morning, okay? DJ Illmatic Beats is on his way, I believe, to mix it up for your Friday night, and I hope you have a great and a safe weekend. Keep a